First, atop these headlines. Following new MHA protocol allowing Myanmar residents 10-kilometer access, Kokomi demands revocation. Chief Minister Biren clarifies shift from FMR to international norms. Chief Minister Biren Singh assures strengthened security measures in Imphal East, acknowledging repeated attacks by Kuki militants. Violence erupts again in Imphal East as Kuki militants re-attacked villages last night, raising concerns over Central Forces' response. And Joint Action Committee calls for 24-hour statewide shutdown demanding justice for slain village volunteer and unconditional release of the arrested village volunteers. A very good evening. You're watching IS Prime Time English News. This is Suraj Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. Months after announcing that the Free Movement Regime FMR along the Myanmar border has been entirely suspended, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs MHA has brought in fresh protocol to regulate the movement of people living within 10 kilometers on either side of the largely unfenced international border. As per the order, individuals living within the 10-kilometer radius on both sides of the border will be permitted, provided they obtain a border pass from the Assam Rifles to travel for specific purposes, including visiting relatives, tourism, business, medical treatment, and cultural exchange programs. However, all movements will be subject to strict protocols and adherence to guidelines issued by the authorities. This development is particularly notable as the Manipur government has currently suspended the free movement regime, closing checkposts and locking gates along the border. At the same time, the central government has proposed the construction of a fence along the India-Myanmar border, a project that is already underway in Manipur, with at least 30 kilometers of the border fence having been initiated. The MHA's order specifies that 8 pilot entry and exit points will be operational immediately, with plans to establish an additional 35 points under Phase 1 and 2. Condemning the steps for the Ministry of Home Affairs MHA to regulate the movement of people living within 10 kilometers on either side of the largely unfenced international border, provided they obtain a border pass from the Assam Rifles. The Kokomi called the steps unfortunate. A release by the Kokomi recalled the suspension of the Free Movement Regime FMR to control the ongoing violence in Manipur by Chin Kuki narco-terrorists, which is a result of the large uncontrolled entry of illegal immigrants. Stating that the step is similar to the reimposing the FMR, the Kokomi called on the central government to revoke its decision. In response to a query over the new regulation of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Chief Minister Biren Singh today has categorically stated that the Free Movement Regime FMR in the state will be replaced by international norms requiring proper visas or passports after completing due formalities with neighboring countries. Interacting with the media during the inspection of the Manipur Police firing range at Wairi Pangai in Imphal and construction of temporary barracks there, Chief Minister Biren Singh further emphasized that this new system for allowing Myanmar residents into Manipur is an interim arrangement. The state government has urged the centre to utilize maximum state machinery along the border to ensure easy identification of individuals crossing.
Right now, there is no communication. I also have seen the document. India government is trying to regulate the FMR. Even earlier, the Home Ministry has mentioned to issue visa. Those Myanmaris who want to enter India, they will be allowed only after having visa and the passport. But it is an interim arrangement. I think final settlement is not there. It is an interim arrangement.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh informed that approximately 1,946 new recruits for the 10th and 11th Indian Reserve Battalions IRB recently passed out from an academy in Assam. These battalions were specifically raised for highway protection. Given the current situation in the state and the discipline shown by the new recruits, barracks have been constructed for them. Around 800 to 1,000 of the recruits will be stationed at temporary barracks where they will undergo further special commando training. These trained personnel will form special teams to handle any law and order challenges in the state. The Chief Minister also noted that construction and maintenance work at the battalion headquarters of the 10th and 11th IRB at Nungba and Saibom is currently underway. Additionally, he emphasized the importance of refresher training for state police personnel to maintain their fitness and readiness.
But then 11 IRB is lower matung live COVID ki delay adubu hojik haido khoto process puroi lorega moi training lore lai adu hojik se koina manipur ki hojik leba situation jine aduga moi si posting si macet pi khirgadi ngasai gi adagi laiba yamna with spirit and discipline adagi laiba post moi da atai mayam hanagi leiba si moi phate hapnete loina mix up tokro kanda moi da soirakadra hai wakal khare ko de lebadagi sije koina khudakta moi leiba nangna sempat anbani masida koina hoji plan tawrisi laiba 1946 to gimanungda 1000 mukti special commandos gi kha mari gumba magi training pangana sida pidha laga madugi special team moine any eventuality the mitto ko yanana bagi 1,000 gumma khanto ka thamani aduga atai police station sing no joji leidiba keno sing che kogi personnel sing si moi so mo kogi kariya da moi police ki maron na kariya no kan amu hanna moi si thamani gi refresher course gumba ma tawon ma thok tai ni masal lumba medical checkup to ka masagi laina le ko photo to ba na ba adu mayam ma ko check to ni adra kana police si backbone of the society ni, backbone of the state ni, government ni.
In response to the repeated attacks by cocaine militants using sophisticated weapons and bombs in Imphal East, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh assured the media that strict instructions have been issued to authorities to strengthen security measures in the affected areas. During his visit to the Manipur police firing range at Wairi Pangai today, the Chief Minister addressed concerns raised by the media, stating that the situation had been thoroughly discussed with the Manipur Security Advisor and the Director General of Police. The Chief Minister emphasized that the state government is taking all necessary steps to ensure the safety of the residents and prevent further militant activities. He also assured that additional resources and personnel would be deployed to bolster security in vulnerable areas in light of the escalating violence.
We are seriously considering about this, and I have asked to the Security Advisor and the DG to take up necessary action against the culprit and to deploy adequate security forces in the particular area.
Last night, violence erupted once again in the peripheral areas of Lamla Assembly constituency under Yangang-Pokpi police station as Kuki militants launched a re-attack on several villages including Sabungkok, Kunau, Yangang-Pokpi, Santi Khongbal, Thamna-Pokpi and Sanasavi. The militants used sophisticated weapons and bombs during the assault, which began around 8:45 p.m. last night. Security forces promptly responded to the attack. Meanwhile, villagers in Lamla Assembly constituency have raised concerns over the actions of central forces, accusing them of blocking roads and driving through Meitei-inhabited areas with sirens blaring each time the Kuki militants launch an attack, rather than actively confronting the militants or carrying out operations. According to locals, the Kuki militants coordinate their attacks from the nearby hilltops, where they have built bunkers allowing them to strike with relative ease. This violence comes amid repeated agitation in the Alumni Assembly constituencies, with residents demanding the deployment of state forces in the foothills, which have become a key focus of the Kuki militants' bunker construction and strategic operations. The situation remains tense as the conflict continues to escalate. The body of 16-year-old villager volunteer Laishram Prem, who was allegedly killed in an encounter with security forces on December 14 at Salungpham, has not been claimed by his family members or the Joint Action Committee JAC formed in response to the killing. As the government remains inactive regarding the demands of the JAC, including the unconditional release of the 6 arrested village volunteers, the JAC has called for a 24-hour statewide shutdown from 6 p.m. on December 27 to 6 p.m. the following day. The Joint Action Committee has stated that essential and ritual-related services will be exempt from this shutdown and has sought support from CSOs, Maira Paibi groups, local clubs and the general public to ensure the success of the shutdown.
Honggangsing Australia Sarkana Subsahara response with the Namanamurga, Lakipa, December, Tang Kunda Tareki, Namidang, Wayam Tarukagina, Nongapa, December Tang Kunda Nipandi, Midaman Tarpawa, Apunba, Manipur Yuena, Shutdown, Jesina, Kauzare.
In connection with an assault that occurred on December 22nd at around 7 p.m., 2 individuals were arrested by Manipur police. The incident took place at Sangai Continental Gully in front of Khalsa Medicos, Thangal Bazaar in Imphal West, where 2 unknown youths reportedly assaulted 4 individuals, including 2 women. The arrested individuals are Mutum Mangal Meitei, aged 29 years, and Pukrambam Nongpok Nganba, aged 26 years, both residents of Uripo, Khaidam Lekai. Authorities have initiated an investigation into the incident and the arrested individuals are currently in police custody. Chief Secretary of Manipur, Vidhi Joshi, a 1992 batch Manipur cadre officer, was appointed as the Secretary of Higher Education under the Union Ministry of Education. Joshi, who took charge as the Chief Secretary of Manipur on May 7th last year, just 4 days after violent clashes erupted in the state, was previously heading the National Testing Agency, responsible for conducting major medical and engineering entrance exams such as NEET and GMAN. Joshi's appointment to the role in Manipur came at a critical time as he was chosen for his deep understanding of the state system, having served in senior positions in the past. He was also known for his strong working relationship with Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, having served as his principal secretary in 2017 for a year. His leadership during a turbulent period in Manipur was instrumental in steering the administration through challenges. Thangai Assembly Constituency MLA Tongbram Robindro emphasized the importance of self-motivation and determination among students, asserting that even the guidance of highly experienced teachers would not ensure success without a student's intrinsic drive. Speaking at the launch of a 4-month free coaching program for class 9 and 10 students at Thangai High Secondary School, he urged students to cultivate self-will to achieve their goals. The free coaching initiative, sponsored by the MLA under the theme "Together We Build a Bright Future for Thangai Assembly Constituency Students," aims to provide quality education through experienced teachers with over 15 years of teaching expertise. Addressing the gathering, MLA Robindro highlighted that the program was introduced to compensate for the academic disruptions caused by frequent bunds and strikes amidst the ongoing unrest in Manipur since May 3rd of last year. He further emphasized the value of hard work, stating that life becomes more manageable for those who put in consistent effort, and encouraged the students to adopt a diligent approach in their academic and personal lives.
पुंसीसे यामना हिंबदुसु वाई यामना टफ ओये ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯥꯏꯊꯣꯛꯀꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯋꯥꯛ ꯍꯥꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯦ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯁꯨꯕꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯇꯥꯏ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯁꯨꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯜꯂꯕ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯎꯕꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯒꯅꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯒꯅꯤ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ every step you will find thorns ꯈꯣꯡꯀꯥꯞ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯇꯤꯡꯒꯪ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯒꯅꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ education ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯅꯅꯤ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏ ꯁꯃꯥꯖ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯅ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯄꯨ ꯀꯣꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯁꯤꯟꯁꯦ education ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤꯅꯤ.
A one-day awareness program on issues of drug abuse and the addiction schemes, policies in the state of Manipur and the NDPS Act 1985 was organized today by the District Legal Services Authority and the Legal Aid Clinic to Taubul at Taubul in Bishnupur district. The event was attended by several figures, including the chairperson of the Administrative Committee, Taubul GP Thokchom Ningthem Mani, member of Ngaikon Jila Parishad, Khwairakpam Sanamatum, President of Apunba Tingbang Lup, Taupul Thodam Shyam Sundar, President of the Women's Wing Apunba Tingbang Lup, Thiam Taruni Bala, and social worker David Kamai, who serve as presidium members. The program featured insightful discussions by key resource persons. Dr. Gyaneshwar, psychiatrist at the District Hospital Bishnupur, spoke on drug abuse and its impact. Angom Robindro, founder secretary of the Reunion Foundation, addressed the addiction and its importance. And advocate Thingbaizam Sudhir, deputy chief of LADCS Bishnupur, presented on the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. The event was held under the aegis of the National Legal Services Authority and the Manipur State Legal Services Authority. The National Institute of Technology NIT Manipur is all set to host its 11th convocation ceremony tomorrow at the Institute's administrative building. A total of 244 students will be conferred degrees including 23 PhDs, 28 MTechs, 28 MScs and 155 BTechs. During a press conference today, the director of NIT Manipur, Professor DVLN Samaya Julu, announced that 5 exceptional BTech graduates will be awarded gold medals in recognition of their outstanding academic achievements. Despite the challenges faced by the state since May 2023, Professor Somaya Julu highlighted that NIT Manipur has made remarkable strides. The institute has secured a ranking of 129th among India's top engineering institutions in the National Institutional Ranking Framework (NIRF) India Rankings 2024. Additionally, NIT Manipur has made significant contributions to research, publishing approximately 294 scientific papers and securing 7.66 crore rupees in funding for major research projects in the 2023-2024 period.
Recently, we signed MOU with 3 prestigious institutions for conducting training programs to the faculty of in and around Manipur and other states. Electronics and ICT Academy, NIT Warangal, is going to give funding for us to organize training programs for faculty in the emerging areas of technologies in various domains. And also, NIT Manipur signed an MOU with IIM Visakhapatnam to offer online diploma management for management and MBA programs for our BTech students and PG students.
The All Manipur Newspapers and Electronic Media Employees Association officially released its 2025 calendar today during a special event held at the boat house of Karang Island, situated in the heart of Loktak Lake. The event was attended by key members of the association, including advisor Laishram Chitrakumar, President Haubizam Ibomcha, Vice President Dr. Huidrom Roman, First Council Secretary Ahong Sangbam Prafulo, Second Council Secretary Laishram Ambari, Third Council Secretary Gogo Maitram, Karang Apunba Meira Paibe Lup President Ningthauzam Babita, and Finance Secretary Ningthauzam Dhanapati, alongside local villagers. In her remarks, Ningthauzam Dhanapati expressed her gratitude to the association for choosing Karang Island, a place often overlooked by the rest of the state, for the calendar release. She highlighted the difficult conditions faced by the villagers of Karang due to the current situation in the state, noting that the community had been enduring significant hardships. She also pointed out that the villagers were struggling to carry out their fishing activities effectively amidst the prevailing challenges.
Lakpiduna karang khungangsida calendar phongna khotan tawbibase yam nungai yam thakat ngai oi matung dasu kaiguma thom thauda leira kasu lakpiduna karang khungangi chakhotnaba mayamna simibido ekhoi taranang ngaijari egi ekhoi karang khungangsida thengnariba awa bachidi yamna masalangna thengnare haibidi nuksing sakalap matamda pat ising chatpe yadre adagi hana pharba nga cha pharamba dusu hojiti yadre nga gi masingso handharakle supla tangi ising gaktani ekhoi karang khungangsida leiriki khuding makje loina leiraga sijina bangaktani adagi live outfit te la su ma tawra ko khoi karang khungang gi kitang chakhotna ba silhaningi.
This second and final day of Christmas celebrations in Longmai, None district was marked by a variety of programs, including games that showcase the region's rich cultural heritage. Speaking to the media, Pastor G. Shakti of the Longmai Town Baptist Church shared that this year's Christmas theme, Amazing Grace, reflected the belief that Lord Jesus Christ incarnated to save sinners and offer eternal life. Pastor Shakti noted that this year's celebration were particularly special as they focus on reviving spiritual life and drawing closer to God. He expressed gratitude to the community for their support and cooperation throughout the event. As part of the celebration, which emphasizes the true meaning of Christmas, giving sweets and edibles were distributed to the non-Christian community, including those temporarily residing in Rongmai Bazaar for business or work. The gesture symbolized the spirit of Christmas and unity in the region. The Kanglei Leisa Fall today launched its Let's Save the Society campaign at Yumnam Patlo, which is scheduled to run until January 10th of the coming year. The event was graced by the presence of Angom Ningtho Utra Sanglen Sana Konung Angom Pore and the president of Kanglei Leisa Fall Sana Mangang, who attended as the chief guest and president respectively. During the launch, cultural activist and national awardee Dr. Makhun Manimong Saba, along with Mutum Manitun, General Secretary of UKAL, addressed the gathering as resource persons. The first 3 days of the campaign will take place at Yumnam Patlo, focusing on discussions and teachings related to traditional Manipur culture, including folk songs, folk dances, and the preservation of the state's cultural values. The All Bishnupur District Working Journalists Union ABDWJU has provided financial support to Konjengbam Pabitra, the Bishnupur correspondent for Sangha Express Daily, who sustained injuries in an accident while performing his duties in the Oinam area within the Nambol Police Station jurisdiction at around 11 a.m. on December 24th. ABDWJU's Vice President Dr. Huidrom Romen, Secretary K. Ishan Kumar, Ahong Sangbam, Executive Committee Member Oinam Brozen, Senior Member R.K. Manipursana, and other union members visited Pabitra at his home in Moirang to deliver the assistance. On the same day, Pabitra, along with L.C. Gopen, the Bishnupur District correspondent of Pongnapum Daily, had been assigned to cover a story at Utlo when the accident occurred. Fortunately, L.C. Gopen was not injured in the incident. Answering the Prime Minister's call for a greener India, the Assam Rifle has successfully planted 3 lakh saplings in Manipur as part of its Green Initiative for 2024. The plantation drive, covering both remote and central districts, saw significant contributions from Imphal East, Imphal West, and Kangpokpi with 62,000 saplings, Ukhrul with 1,20,000 saplings, Chandel and Tengnupal with 45,000 saplings, Thobal with 33,000 saplings, and Churchandpur with 41,000 saplings. These selected saplings including fruit-bearing trees like jackfruit, guava, and mango, as well as fast-growing species like bamboo and neem, were chosen in consultation with local communities. This initiative aims to address issues like erosion control, flood mitigation, and livelihood enhancement. Building on last year's achievement of 630,000 saplings, Assam Rifles continue to prioritize environmental conservation in the region. In a significant initiative to enhance education in Manipur, the Assam Rifles renovated Kha Sanjenbam High School in Bishnupur district under Operation Sadbhavana. Colonel Radhakrishna, commanding officer of 33 Assam Rifles, inaugurated the newly renovated school, which had been in poor condition and required urgent attention. The renovation included repairing the main building, improving classrooms, and adding necessary facilities for a safer learning environment. Colonel Krishna emphasized the importance of education and urged students to adopt models that would help improve their academic standards. The inauguration was attended by local leaders including village chief and Birjit Mite, school principal Y. Basu Singh, teachers, students and villagers, with 255 people present to thank the Assam Rifles for their support. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. Following new MHA protocol allowing Myanmar residents 10-kilometer access, Kokomi demands revocation. Chief Minister Biren clarifies shift from FMR to international norms. Chief Minister and Biren Singh assures strengthened security measures in Imphal East, acknowledging repeated attacks by Kuki militants. Violence erupts again in Imphal East as Kuki militants re-attacked villages last night, raising concerns over Central Forces' response. And Joint Action Committee calls for 24-hour statewide shutdown demanding justice for slain village volunteer and unconditional release of the arrested village volunteers. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching IS News and good night.